Welcome everybody, thank you so much for watching this install video and thank you so much for trying out my little application. Now it is a quick and dirty, so you might have to do some things to your machine that you may not want, but I'll make it as easy and painless as possible. First things first, let's get it, shall we? Open up Chrome. Now this will work in Edge or Firefox or what have you. So we're going to enhmedia.co/downloads/timekeeping.zip. So you will see this error, or not error, but you'll see this alert. Of course, .zips normally aren't a good thing to download, and of course install later and download and file, all that stuff will change later. Open it up, extract it. So we want to make sure it goes to our users on the C drive, your user, downloads, and then timekeeping. And then we're going to open it and then just run the installer. Yes, more info. I'm not a known publisher. Well, I'm not a Microsoft publisher, so we'll run it anyway. Now you're going to know that it ran successfully if those two files disappear. Now they didn't disappear, they're actually getting moved to your system. Now of course in here too, you still got the installer, you can read it, run it again, you're going to get a failure and it's not going to tell you you got a failure. So the README here, first off, if you're using this, go to this jot form when you're kind of done using it and fill it out for me. That'll help a lot. So when we're done, we can exit and you will have this pretty little icon. Pretty. You double click on it, depending on your file associations, it should open up in code. That's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to right click and then you can run it with PowerShell. But ultimately what we want to do is we want to go to Open With, choose another app. You see I've already been using PowerShell. Always use, let's go down, let's look for another one. And then what you're going to do, you can do this kind of one of two ways. You can go directly to the path if you know it, which it's Windows, I guess we'll do it, System 32. And then I believe, okay, I've lost it. So we'll go PowerShell. You want to do PowerShell.exe is what you really want to look for. From these two is you want this one, right? You want the Windows Sys32, Windows PowerShell V1. And there we go. So if you double click on it, it's going to ask you to enter your project. You can enter your project of test, who is the client, who is editing, me. All right, so here we go. It's going to open up. And actually, we'll go ahead and open up this project. So you're going through, you're blah, 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 blah. You save it. And then what this is going to do here, you're not actually able to close it right away. And the reason behind that is we want to make sure that one, you're able to open it, that Premiere opens, and two, you're not going to have a bunch of false entries. So there's 30 seconds that you're going to wait to have this next one. So, almost hit enter there. Report any bugs. Again, this jot form here, you can go ahead and go to it on any browser, fill it out for me, which tells me, what things you want to see, what errors, what the install process was like, if it was horrid, how horrid on a scale of 1 to 10. And then of course when you're done, push enter. It'll close Premiere, and then what it's going to do, come over here, we're going to go to our documents, and in this folder here that was created, we see one entry, opening a notepad for me, but it's CSV, right? So it shows you your start time and your end time. And then if you go into here, this entry, entries will be appended, so you'll have multiple entries in here as long as it's the same project name. So if I make another test project, then there'll be multiple entries in here. That way you can kind of keep track of a full project rather than just overall. And of course you'll be able to sort this when you put it into a spreadsheet. That's pretty much it. Once this goes live, once the installer goes live, I'll keep it up only for a couple days because I don't want a lot of people using an old installer. I do expect about every 2 to 3 weeks to have a new package out there, a new build. So there's kind of some cool stuff I have that I'm working on for it. So hit that jot form. That's kind of a requirement if you want to see this grow and get better. But again, thank you guys so much.